Hello, this is Carl from National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your 2018 Heritage Glen model 282RK. We'll start here on the door side in the back. This is your swing out grill. Now you're going to have to plug in the grill line. There's a line that comes with it. If you look down here below where the refrigerator's at, there's a quick connect right there that you use to connect the line. There's also a quick connect on the end of the hose that goes on the back of the grill. Okay, you have power stabilizer jacks. Now these one switch works both sides of the rear, and one switch works both sides of the front. So you're just going to go like this and extend them and retract them. Now you don't lift the trailer with these, you just take the wiggle out of it. So you're not going to, once you hit the ground, you're just going to snug it up a little bit and take the shake out of it. Okay, you've got a refrigerator, exterior refrigerator. This is 110 AC, so when you plug in your trailer, it'll automatically start the refrigerator. And you have running water here, okay? You see you have a very long power awning with an LED light strip. You have power here and a hookup for your TV. Now he's got this marked park cable, so generally this would go to the antenna, this right here, but he's marked it park cable, or maybe the manufacturer did, I'm not sure. So this may be hooked right to cable. I can't tell you for sure. It's something you're going to have to try and find out, okay? You got outside speakers. There's the TV mount if you choose to mount one. Okay, as we go along here, past the front door, excuse me, the entry door, the only door. Okay, and then you have the other switch for the front stabilizers. And this is just a plug for a solar battery charger. If you wanted to get a solar panel to charge your battery, this particular product is made by Furrion. You would get a Furrion panel, it'll plug right into there. You could also, you know, if you needed to, if you had a different kind of solar panel, you can work something out that'll work. But this particular plug is designed for a Furrion panel, okay? This is your pass-through storage. You got a crank here, and you have your adapter to adapt your 50 amp down to a 30 amp, and then down to a 15 amp for your house. Now you have to keep in mind, you can't run your air conditioner off your household current. You can run everything else in the trailer, but if you try to use your air conditioner plugged into your home at a 15-20 amp service like you have, then you'll eventually pop a circuit breaker, okay? This is your dump hose that comes with it. And over on the other side, we'll get to it, that is a power inverter. Okay? Alright, you have a deep cycle marine battery. Let me see if I can pull this off without getting anyone to help me. I know I'm moving the camera around here, but I have to. I've only got one hand here. I thought this was off already. Okay. Sorry about that camera work there. You got two 30-pound tanks, which are full. This is your LP regulator. This is a automatic changeover regulator here. So what's going to happen is it's going to draw this door side tank down first. Then when that's empty, it'll draw down the off door side tank. This is not a selector for tanks. This changes over automatically. All this is a gauge. You point this indicator at the tank you want to check. If it's green, there's gas in it. If it's red, there's not. So that's all it's for. You have a power tongue jack here, up and down, with a light on it. Okay. All right, let me keep going here. Okay. So this is a kill switch for your battery. If you want to turn it on it's that way, off is that way. Okay. This is your power inverter. So inverter basically turns 12 volt DC into 110 AC. It's inefficient to invert power, so basically you're getting your power from your battery. So consider putting a second battery on it and doubling the storage. Okay, that's if you're going to use an inverter, that's important. Okay. Basically, there's a manual inside for it. I'll just basically tell you that it inverts power. You can see it's on right now, so it's inverting. It will drain your battery dry if you're just unplugged. Like, for example, when we get inside, there's going to be a power converter, which converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. I'll show you that when we get inside, and that will be charging your battery. But then, of course, your battery, in order to invert power with this device here, up from 12 volt to 110 AC, it's basically using the battery. So that's why I got to say again that you want to really have a second battery for storage in order to use it, because there's no point in using the converter to convert it down to 12 volt and charge your battery, then use your battery to invert it back up again. You know, there's no point in that, obviously. So you have to have some storage in order to use it. It'll also invert the current that's coming from your tow vehicle now. So when you can run 110 AC appliances while you're pulling it down the road using this. But when you're just parked, and if you don't have shore power, regular AC current, then you're going to need a second battery. Okay. All right. I hope I explained that to you. Okay. It's kind of a confusing thing. Maybe you know about that sort of thing. Maybe you don't. I don't know. So I'll just explain it the best I could with limited time. Okay, this is your water heater, the outside of it. I'll back up here so you can see it. Next to it is your outside shower, basically hot and cold water. Let me open this up for you. Okay, so this particular model works on both gas and electric. So behind this, let me get a camera here. So behind this little cover here is a heating element, an electric heating element. The switch to operate it is right there, that red switch. Okay, that's how you turn it on and off. To light it on gas, the switch is inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get inside. This is where you drain it, right here. That plug right there. I hope it's focusing properly. Basically, you're gonna be using electricity, because that's what you're paying for it at the campground. You have it. Just remember, you never run the heating element or the burner for gas unless you've got water in the water heater. You always have to check to make sure it's full. Okay, it's very important. Also, you'll have to educate yourself a bit on it if you don't know, but you have to bypass this water heater in order to before you put antifreeze into the system in the fall, because you have to bypass it so the antifreeze does not go into the water heater tank, because if it does, it'll leave a foul taste and it leaves a bad smell and you can't really get rid of it. So they put some valves on the back of this to bypass it. I'm just letting you know that it's there, or the valves are there, and you would definitely want to educate yourself on it if you don't know, or else have somebody do it who knows how. Okay. But you never put antifreeze into the trailer unless the water heater is bypassed. Okay? Alright. So, this is your city water hookup right here. This is what you're going to use most of the time. You just put your hose on there, turn on the water, and you're all set to go. Okay? This one here is fresh water, which basically means there's a freshwater tank, a holding tank. So if you go to like an older state park that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, but it has a fill station when you first go in, you can actually fill it up from here, fill your tank up, and then use the onboard pump to pump your water. Therefore, you can still camp and have water and shower and toilet and everything if there's not city water available. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be using the city water hookup. because most places have it, but some of the good state parks, and if you're doing some really out of the way camping, you will have to fill the demand tank, okay? Now, this is where you dump it right here. The black valve, let me get it here, is the toilet waste and water. The gray valve, right here, is sink and shower water. There's two separate holding tanks, a gray tank and a black tank, and a fresh water tank. But in this case, we're talking about the black tank and the gray tank. So what you'll do is, to operate these, you just basically pull them out and push it. Let me get on it. You pull it out to open it, push it in to shut it. Okay. So first thing you'll do is you put your hose on here, and the hose goes, other end goes in the dump station. You're going to pull the black valve and dump the toilet water and waste. Then you're going to pull the gray and dump the sink and shower water. The reason you do that second, because it's cleaner water than the black water, basically. It's that simple. And then you can come up here to the black tank flush, which you hook the hose on from the dump station, and you turn it on, and basically that black tank has some jets inside, and it cleans out the black tank much better. You just always want to remember that you want to have the black tank valve open when you turn on the water for the black tank flush. It's important to do that so too much pressure doesn't build up, okay? All right, moving on. Your slide out is in the in position right now. You have a slide topper on it, which is good. It keeps all the acorns and pine cones and twigs and everything off. Here, back here, you have another dump setup, and this one is for a second gray tank. So you'll have to dump, basically pull the trailer up, or you have a long enough hose, you'll have to dump this gray one separately, but it just gives you more capacity. So you actually have two gray tanks in this one, so you got a lot of storage, okay? All right, the 50 amp system. There's your cord. I told you we have reducers to reduce it down to 30 and then to 15 amp services. Okay, and we talked about your grill. This is just the output for your furnace, and this is satellite hookup or park cable hookup. Okay, this is a vent for your range hood. It vents to the outside, so if you're going to use it, you can open this up just by pulling out. It's hard to see because it's so dark, but you could open, there's a baffle there that'll flap freely when you're venting, otherwise you keep it shut. This is already set up, pre-wired for a backup camera. I don't know if you can see that well. If you choose to get one, this is a Furrion camera. You have to buy the one that fits in this housing, and you just plug it in, and when you turn your running lights on, it'll light up the camera, and you can see behind you when you're backing up or driving down the road, okay? Also, while we're looking up, you have to remember to inspect your roof. Figure when you de-winterize it in the spring, go up there and look around. When you winterize it in the fall, go up there and look around. And then, of course, in the middle of the summer, one time, look around. You're looking for any kind of cracks developing, any damage, things like that. If you see something like that, you have to get it taken care of. But it's important to inspect it. So, if it does happen, water will not get inside your trailer. You'll be on top of it. So all you have to do is get it taken care of. If you want to do it yourself, you'll have to educate yourself a bit if you don't know. Otherwise, you have to take it and get it done. But you have to check the seals. That's not this trailer, it's every trailer ever made. So it's very important to keep your trailer dry inside. Okay, here we are at the control panel right inside the door. This is your slide out right here. So I'm going to push it. And out goes your slide out. Always make sure that no cabinet doors are open. You don't really have any here that can get in the way yet that I see. Maybe next to the refrigerator when it gets all the way out, we'll see. Yeah, there are some cupboard doors down there, so always make sure those are closed when you're going in and out, so you don't catch it with the slide out. All right. When it gets all the way out, it'll ratchet like that, and you take your finger off. It drops into place, as you can see, so it's even with the floor. Okay, so first of all, this is your thermostat. So you punch mode once to light it up, like so. It's off right now. You can see you can cycle through fan, air conditioner, and furnace. Okay, and then off. Everything has a lag time, so when you select furnace or air conditioning or the fan is just the fan and the air conditioner running without the compressor. either way, there'll be a lag time when they shut on or off. So you give them some seconds to turn on and off, okay? Also, you have a fireplace here, which is a neat thing. It's also a heater because it's got a fan in it. You get a remote with it. Okay. So you turn it on. It's on low right now, as you can see. Let's go through this. That's off. This is the fan we're talking about. That's low. That's high. Those are fan speeds. The flame, you can adjust the levels to where it's bright or dimmer. And also you can set the temperature like so. So it has a thermostat. It also has a timer built in to turn it on and off if you want to preset it. Okay. Your TV works like any other TV. The thing to remember is, well, this is a good bracket too. Let me pull this out. So I'm gonna. Okay, so you can pull this TV out and away from the wall. Obviously, it locks into place. You can see this barrel, if I could show it, it locks into this piece right here, so it won't come loose or start flying around when you're traveling. This is your digital antenna signal booster in lock. So right now it's green. It should always be green. You can shut it off if you choose to, but you won't get a good signal. So when you're watching over the antenna, watching TV over the antenna, you want it to be green like that. That's very important. Also, you have a radio here that plays DVDs and CDs. It does not play Blu-ray CDs, just regular ones. You can stream off of this USB right here. Okay. It has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet and play your music over it. 2 zones right here. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is the outside speakers, so you select them there. So it has a lot of features, and you know, for camping you get pretty much everything you need. All right. Okay, so moving on. Excuse me. This folds out. I'm going to have to lose this subject here. I'll just toss them over to the side here. So you move the back, then you're going to grab it down here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And you pull it up and out. And then down here are some legs. Like so. I know I'm pretty close for you to really see what I'm doing, but I'll try and back up it and show you. I put the legs down. It's the 3 panels, so the third one is the back here. You flip it down like so. So actually it's not bad. It's a foam mattress type setup, so it's not like the old hide beds that used to have the springs and the metal bar in your back. Let me pick this up and get it out of the way here. Okay, so that's that. Okay, your refrigerator, you have to, this is the travel lock here, so you keep it tight when you're traveling so the doors don't come open. You loosen this and you can open the doors like a regular refrigerator. It runs off of current like your refrigerator home. So this would be one of the thing that's inverted. Basically, the inverter will be hooked up to this refrigerator. So if you need to convert 12 volts up to 110 AC, 12 volts DC to 110 AC, that's what the inverter would do. So when you're pulling down the road, you can keep this cool. Okay. Now I mentioned the converter. All we have to do is find it here. Give me a minute. Aha. I've lost it. Let's see here. Not there. Not there. Well, heck. Places to look here for it. Oh boy. Aha, I found it in the bedroom. Okay, so this is the converter. This is the one that converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. Let me see if I got enough room here to show it to you. Some things have to run on AC in this trailer. So you have regular household circuit breakers here, and they're labeled. And then the rest of the power is converted to 12 volt DC. You see you got automotive style fuses. for that, and those are labeled also. If a fuse is to blow, you can see it glowing through this plastic here, this tinted plastic. Okay. Also, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery needs or has, and if it's totally charged, it'll trickle a couple amps up to it. If it's really low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever you need, okay? So that's the converter. The thing up front was the inverter. Okay, you have a backing plate to hang a TV in the bedroom, and video, and power. Okay, that's your bedroom. Has shades for this. This is an emergency window. In order to use it, you have to you can use it for ventilation just by going like this. Or you could push it all the way through and then grab a hold of this tab and pull the screen, and you can use it as an escape window. You just roll out and hopefully you land on your feet, I guess. Okay. Alright. So, this is the range here. It's gas. I hope the gas is turned on, but if not, I'll just show you how it works. If it doesn't light, I can just walk you through it. But I can hear the gas, so maybe it's... There we go. So you're just going to spark it. You're going to turn it on to light. Then you go to the sparker and you turn it clockwise. I'm trying to get both the burner and the sparker in the picture. You see it lights like that. So you just turn it clockwise. The oven is a little different. It works like a water heater works, similar, or they used to. Some still do, I guess. But you have to take my word for it. Back here in the back is a pilot light. Alright, so you're going to, you need a grill lighter with a long tube on it. A long neck, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to go to pilot, then you depress it and hold it. Then you'll take your lighter and you'll light the pilot light back there and hold it for about 10 or 15 seconds. Hold this for about 10 or 15 seconds until it heats up. Then you go to whatever operating temperature you want. The bottom line is it'll work like a regular oven, but when you turn it off, the flame goes off obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time. This oven, I would venture to say, has never been used once, by the looks of it. A lot of this trailer, as I look at it, as I walk through it, a lot of it is that way. It's very, very new. It wasn't used very much. If you look at the burners, you can tell it was hardly anything ever cooked on it. Okay, this is the range hood I told you about. Remember I showed you the vent outside that you have to open the baffle when you turn this fan on, so it'll vent. The microwave works like any other microwave, nothing unique about it. Last but not least, we'll go over here to the awning. You got a power awning on this. So you're going to push out, and you can see out it goes. Okay, I can't go all the way out because I don't have enough room here, but as soon as it gets all the way out, you'll be able to see the awning tube, and that's how you know you're all the way out, and that's where you'll stop right there. You come in this way, it'll stop on its own coming in. There you go. Okay, now, I told you that you'd light the gas water heater from in here. That's where you do it, right here, right? The water pump, if you're carrying onboard water, remember I told you about the state parks that don't have plumbing at the campsite, you would turn the pump on that way. To check your battery, you can see that's totally charged, although you want to check it when you're not plugged in. Fresh water tank is empty. Black water tank is empty. You can see as it fills, it'll graduate up in 1/3 increments till it's full. So when you get to 2/3 with the black tank, you gotta start thinking about dumping it. The gray tank number 1 and gray tank number 2 are both empty. If you remember, I told you that you have 2 gray tanks in this particular trailer. Okay, shower works like any other shower. You have to remember that all the plugs in the trailer are wired to this GFCI. So if you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops, you'll be resetting it right here. Last but not least, the toilet. This has a foot pedal on it. This is just residual water pressure from when it was water tested. So the bottom line is you can't use this dry. So when you get to the campsite, you hook up your water, you hook up your power. Then you'll come in here and you take your toilet chemical. I mean, there's different kinds. There's powder, there's liquid, there's pre-measured packets, there's scoops, there's all different kinds. So you'll read the directions and find out what a dose is to use. And you'll dump it right in here, and then you'll step on this and water will come swirling out, right? So So the bottom line is the first time you use it when you get to the campsite, you need to put chemical in and about a gallon or two of water. There's no way to tell what a gallon or two is other than experience. So you just put it in until you can till a gallon or two went in. You'll just have to learn from experience. The black tank is directly below there. That goes straight down into the black tank. Okay. Now, when you flush it, and it refills. It'll only refill about up to there with water. So before you use it, if you need more water in it, there's a spot here where you could push this foot pedal and the trap does not open. This would allow water to come in. So when you push it down before the trap opens, it'll start to fill with water, and you can fill it up as high as you want, and then flush it. So it's up to you to put as much water as you need in it before you use it. Okay. The last thing is you have a vent and a fan. There's the switch. Remember when you're using the shower to run the fan to pull the humidity out, okay? That's very important. Okay. I think I've covered it. If you have any other questions, you can call us and we can talk you through it. This is not the easiest way to do it here, but with the virus, this is how we have to do it. So, you can watch the video. Hopefully I didn't miss anything for you. You can call us and we'll talk you through it. We'll do whatever it takes so you understand it and you're happy. So make sure you call us if you need us. So thanks for purchasing an RV at National RV Detroit, and thank you very much again.